everybody. It's Chanel Kisses, and welcome to my channel again. Today I'm going to be telling a story, and as you can hear, note by the caption, it says that the time that I got punched in my face. So I don't know, like the reason why I decided, I'm gonna have more stories to tell later on, and they're probably gonna be different kind of stories. But for my first story, I decided to tell something that was serious. And this is National Women's Month, so I wanted to share a situation that I know some people have gone through, and and even if you haven't gone through it, so you can hear from my story and then know what to look out for, or just to give some people, like I said, that went through it some kind of strength and hope. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes when you go through stuff like this, you think that you're the only one. You think that this is horrible, how I'm gonna get over it, I'm embarrassed. You think all of these things in your head. You don't want to talk about it. And a lot of times, especially like in the Black community, I feel we go through a lot of stuff growing up, and we don't talk to anybody about it. We don't seek therapists. We don't talk to people. We don't want to look like we're crazy, and we don't want to embarrass ourselves. You know what I'm saying? But this is Women's Month, and I'm a writer, and I'm an advocate of other women, and I just want to commiserate. I want to just share my story. And sometimes talking about it, it helps me too. So me talking to other people about it, it helps me to heal. Because there's some things in my life that that it's hard to heal from. Well, anyway, let me go on with the story before I just get like teary-eyed talking about this stuff. So okay, so this happened in the year 2007. So in the year 2007, like, I had a really best friend at the time. Me and her, we used to go out and do a lot of cool stuff together. Like, she was like my best friend. She was really cool or whatever. So we went to this parade. It was like the African American Day parade that they give in Harlem. So me and her went there. That was like, okay, so like growing up in the 2000s and stuff, that was like popping back then. So like the parade, you going out there, mad, you looking cute, mad guys is there, you checking out, you and your friends checking out the guys, you know what I'm saying? The guys is checking out the girls, you know what I'm saying? There's colleges that's there, they're doing their band thing, it's like some celebrities come through. So it was like, that was like the really popping thing in Harlem at the time, in the 2000s and stuff. So like me and my friends, we would go to that shit. So me and her went there, and I was in the parade, so I looked cute. I'm not gonna front, like, my little dress I had on at that time, it was popping. That shit was see-through, my shape was crazy. So the dress was hugging me, right? You know what I'm saying? It was just like, it was like a t-shirt dress, white. So, you know what I'm saying? You could see through it. So it was nice. So, I was chilling and everything like that. Boom. It was guys there that were cute, I got a little bit of attention. You get a number here, there. It's nothing. But, like, I was walking with my friend, and I looked straight ahead. And, like, I seen the most cutest guy I ever seen in my life. Like, at the time. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, real tall, taller than everybody. The sun was like gleaming on him, like, ah, waves spinning, clear skin, tall. Just, he looked just like great or whatever like that. So I was in awe. I was like, oh my God. So I went to my friend. I'm like, listen. So he was standing there and he was looking down at his phone. So he wasn't even looking up at nobody. This nigga was like, he blocked the whole world out. He was just on his phone, just like doing what he was doing. So I went to my friend. I'm like, yo, he's mad cute. Please go up to him and give him my number. On some real like young dumb shit. I don't even know what. I was like, give him my number, please. Tell him I like him. So I'm all shy, standing there. She walks up to him, whatever. She gives her my number. So he comes up to me. He's, he was like, hey, he introduced himself. You know what I'm saying? We gonna, just give him a name, Jaquise. So I'm gonna say, like, yo, what's good? I'm Jaquise. What's your name? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Chanel. So, he was like, he gave me his number and he was like, you're pretty, blah, blah, blah. We spoke, boom, that was that. So, the whole time I'm at the parade, everything was like, cool. I was dumb happy. Like, out of all the numbers, like me, I'm so like, one person could make me happy. Like, if I like one person, I'm so weird. I'll just focus on that. Like, it could be a million other people talking to me or whatever. If I like one person, like, I like what I like. And when I was at the thing, I was like, boom, I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? I got this person. Boom, boom, boom. So, boo. Okay. So, later on, we left the parade. I spoke to him sometime later. Later on in the week, we spoke. Got to know each other on the phone. Everything was good. Or whatever like that. Cool. So he told me about, he, was at work a lot and whatever. He was like, this weekend, like, let's get up and, do something. So I was like, boom, like, I'm about to do laundry right now. Like, you want to just come down here, chill with me and do the laundry with me? You know what I'm saying? Wash the clothes, just talk, get to know each other or whatever like that. So he was like, yeah. So he, it was like the 24-hour laundromat by my house. So we went there, washed clothes, laugh, joke, or whatever like that. Fold the clothes up and shit. So then later on, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, we got shit popping, whatever. So, we had sex, whatever. It was cool. So, yeah. Yeah, that, that kind of moved fast. So, we did that, and the next morning, actually, he helped me bring the kids to school, because I had, like, a daughter already. So, he helped me bring her to school. We chilled for a little while, ate, and then, like, he went his way. So then, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Bless you. So, like, yeah, we, you heard me say bless you?
No, thank you.
You're welcome. So, anyway, so, sorry, y'all. But, like, yeah, so, we, we did, he went home or whatever like that. So then we, I don't know. After that, like, I didn't hear from him. So I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck happened? Like, we had a good time. I know I did. We had sex early, but we had a good time. I know he did. So when I didn't hear from him in a few days, I was like, wow, I wonder what happened or whatever like that. So anyway, yeah, I just didn't hear from him. Boom. A couple days later, like, somebody called me and was like, oh, you know what I'm saying, Jaquise, he told me to call you. And, he got locked up. Anyway, little did I know, he was, like, in a halfway house. He didn't tell me this. So, like, from him spending the night at my house, that actually got him to violate whatever his parole shit he had or whatever going on. So I didn't even know that shit. So he got locked up for a whole year. So like I told y'all, We had sex, remember? Didn't hear from him. Then he told me he was locked up. So we wrote letters to each other for a year. So, a year went on. We got close to each other. We talked, told got comfortable with each other, told each other about it, our lives and stuff like that. A whole year we wrote letters back and forth. Then when he gets out of prison, we wound up fucking, and that's when I got pregnant. So, I got pregnant. He was there most of the time. So it was good. Like we had our little arguments here and there, but it was normal, like a normal type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like he was a good boyfriend. He would get things that I need. He was there with me most of the time. He'd be spending the night at my house, but then going back to his house or whatever. So from what I know, he told me that he stays with an uncle, and he's from Harlem. Me and him been comfortable with each other. He calls me when I need him to call me. He's texting me constantly. He's seeing me constantly. I never had any reason to doubt anything he said. I met his mom. I met his sister. I met his family. I felt comfortable with him. You feel me? So I felt like it was really nothing. I didn't get no red flags, to be honest. Like when I was with him, like I had no red flags. Everything felt good. Had no complaints. Sex was good. He was really emotional, touchy. He was just like a good guy. It was nothing wrong. It was no issues. So I didn't get any red flags. Boom, we had the baby. Things was good. He would do stuff sometimes, but like I had a better job. So like I was doing most of the shit for the baby. So I had to buy most of her stuff, do most of the things for her. He did little things. But what he did mostly was he would, because we didn't live together. So he would come see the baby, and he would like bathe her, dress her, make her food, make her bottles, feed her and stuff. And he'll be coming over and he'll just be looking cute. And I guess we would, I don't know, have sex, I guess. So he's coming over, seeing the baby, playing with her, looking cute, wave spinning, new sneakers, new Jordans, you know what I'm saying? New clothes. He looked crisp. Every time I see that person, he looks new. Not a hair out of place. Motherfucker looks new. Brand new everything. Brand new hat. Sneakers fresh out the motherfucking box. Just coming there, just looking cute. Play with the baby. We fuck. You know what I'm saying? And to a point where I'm just like, I need help with her. Like I need more things for her. I'm tired of doing it by myself. Like I need financial. Yeah, you're playing with her. Yeah, you're doing her hair. Because like she had a lot of hair. Look, when she came out the womb, like her hair, like she needed it to be like combed out. It was like crazy. It was just, and I'm not even saying like, oh, it's like good crazy. It was like hair that needed to be like done, combed out and stuff. It was like really thick. So he would like to do her hair. I don't know. He's just like that type of father. The type of fathers that like to do hair and stuff on the kid and all that stuff. So he liked doing stuff like that. So he would be doing that. But I was just getting fed up. Like I need financial too for her. I'm doing everything. Plus I had my kid already from a previous, thing. So I had a lot of responsibility. Rent, car, blah, 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 blah. And then I have the baby. Like, can you help me? You feel me? So, like, one day we was in the house and he was sitting there and he was looking, he looked cute and stuff and all of that. But I'm sitting there on the couch and I'm thinking to myself, like, how can I tell him, because I always really had that issue most of the time, like, being open and honest with somebody and like you just scared to say certain things but you're trying to get it out and not let it sound too harsh. So I'm thinking to myself like, okay, how can I be nice and let him know, like, I need help. So then I just thought to myself, like, you know what? I'm just going to just tell him, like, how I feel. So I was sitting there on the couch and I was holding the baby in my hand. And I was like, Jacquees, like, I need help with her. Like, you're coming here all the time, you looking nice and you all of this stuff, but I need money for her. Like, that's not buying Pampers and milk and stuff with you playing with her. Like, I need money. Like, I need you to, like, give me money to help me with the baby. Like, I can't just keep going through this or whatever like this. Like, I'm looking down I'm just holding the baby and I'm looking down. Why I looked up and this motherfucker punched me dead in my face. Well, I guess when he did it, it like went, I think you could say punch me in my eye. So when he punched, are you listening? I want everybody to understand it because this was like one of the most emotional, pivotal times in my life because I never experienced anything like this. And it was just like the fact that I was holding a baby. So I'm holding a baby and I looked up and then he hit me, right? And then he hugged me and was like, I'm sorry. Oh shit, what did I do? So in my mind, I'm like, oh my God. Because the only thing I was thinking when he hit me was to protect the baby so that she doesn't get hurt. So she didn't get hurt in anything. You know what I'm saying? Thank God. But like, so I just held her. So he was holding me. I was dumb scared. I'm like, oh shit, when this motherfucker moved back, like, I'm out of here. So as soon as he moved back, the door was like that. I ran straight out the front door and I called the cops. So I called the cops and it was just so crazy that motherfucking day when I think about it. Because when I called the cops, it seemed like when he was talking to them, it was like he was trying to make it seem like I was the emotional person and she just had a baby, she's in her feelings. You know when somebody's talking for you and it was just like I was just watching a movie. Like he's just like, oh, she's just emotional. She don't really know what she's saying. And I'm just sitting there like, oh my God, like he hit me. So I'm explaining to them like what happened. For one, I think they made him leave, thank God. So he left. So when I'm explaining it, the job that I had a really good job and you can't get in domestic violence situations. So when the cops knew the type of job I was doing, they was like, don't report this because I don't want this to go on your records and then it's going to mess you up in the long run. So they said, oh, just like leave it alone or some dumb shit. It was just like so. And I was thinking to myself, wow, this is so scary. And I don't want to get emotional because I done cried years about this before. But it was the fact of saying that, 1 second, I'm recording. So at that time when I was sitting there and for somebody to tell me, wait, don't do this. This is going to affect your career. And he was just making it seem like, oh my gosh, she's emotional. She don't know what she's saying. And when everything was said and done and I'm sitting in the house and I'm sitting by myself with my kid and I'm crying and I'm thinking to myself like, wow, I just got violated. He just hit me. The cops are saying, don't say anything about it for your job. And everything was just brushed under the rug. You know what I'm saying? And just having to deal with that at that time by myself, you know. I don't know. Because at that time when I had my daughter, I didn't have my best friend anymore. Me and her broke up. So we wasn't even talking with each other anymore. And, yeah, I didn't have anybody to talk to. And I remember that it was around the same time that happened to Rihanna. So every time I turned on the TV, they would keep saying, if you're experiencing domestic violence right now, call this number. I remember hearing that and I would just keep crying. Because I could, you know, like I was just trying to like forget about it. I don't know. I felt like I felt helpless because I felt like it was nobody there to help me. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't have anyone to, like I'm the only child, so I don't have brothers and sisters. So so at that time, like I didn't even really like know what to do. So I remember I remember this is crazy. So I remember like one time, oh, this is what happened. This was so crazy. Oh my God, this was such a nightmare. Like I wish I could just tell this story and be dramatic, because most of the time, like I'm just good at like talking and telling stories. But now it just seems like I can't even like get it out, and it's like 20 minutes already. So like I called the precinct, right? Because I'm like, this motherfucker, he hurt me. I don't want him to get away with this and make him feel like he could just do this to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't want him to feel like he could just do this to me. So I called the precinct, right? And they was like, cool, what is his name? So I'm like, Jaquise Thomas or whatever. Where does he live? And I'm thinking to myself, like, oh my motherfucking goodness. All this time, this guy was just telling me he lived in Harlem with his uncle. I didn't even know what address or whatever like that. Like I've been to his mom's house one time, but it's not like I remember where that was. We drove there. So I'm like, oh my God, how slow am I? And sometimes and this is what I want you like, if you or somebody going through this, please never blame yourself. Because the whole time I'm sitting there, I'm like, wow, you're such a dumb bitch. How the fuck you don't even know where this motherfucker live at? You having a whole baby with this motherfucker. You don't even know where he lives. I hung up the phone. I didn't even know. I didn't even know where he lived. So, like, that's crazy. So one day I'm just driving or whatever in the car, and this song came on. And then I'm like, bing, you know, like when a light bulb come on the top of your head? This nigga's on probation. I know what office he goes to, because of course, like, he goes, like, you know, I looked it up. Like, you can, if somebody's on probation, you could just call the probation place, give them the name and the birthday of the motherfucker. Thank God I knew that. So I called the number up, gave them the name of the person, and then they were able to tell me where his probation officer was. So I went to the probation place, spoke to the man. If y'all only knew the half the shit I found out this nigga lived with a girl the whole time. She knew about me because a motherfucking probation officer told me the girl knew I was pregnant. She knew I had a baby. He lived with a fucking girl the whole... How the fuck did this person live with a whole girl when you're in my house most of the time? Playing with my kids. Playing PlayStation with my kids. This motherfucker would be at my house spending holidays with me. We was just in Easter taking pictures with my kids. It was like the Twilight Zone. Like, it was a whole sheet pulled over my motherfucking eyes. Nigga was in a gang. Motherfucker lived with a girl. Anyway, I was able to get him arrested for what he did. You know, from there, you know, he pays child support and stuff. My daughter's very big now. But it took me so much to get over that because it was somebody I trusted, you know? When you trust somebody, because it takes a lot for me to trust somebody, and it takes a lot for me to like somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm real particular with people. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm real, and I think that hindered me to even trust people today. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know when you hear somebody saying they love you, or somebody that you have a child with, or somebody that you laying down, you let them in your house. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't trust people like that. This is a motherfucker I let in my house that I slept with, had a kid with, and then to know that they can hurt you in that kind of way. and they can make you feel, you know what I'm saying? This is going on. And then I didn't have a support system like that, but I'm proud of myself that I was able to let him pay for what he did. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing for myself that I had to do. And I think other women, please do that. Please stand up for yourself. I know it's scary. It was very scary for me going through that, but I know I had to do it because I didn't want to be bullied. Like, I remember being in school and you get bullied and you can't really do much about that. Like, what can you really do? Beat them up, blah, blah, blah. But like, if you're an adult and you can do something, like before you're a child, you know, but if you're a motherfucking adult, you have to look after yourself as a woman and you have to try to protect yourself. You know what I'm saying? And not too long ago, I lived in Georgia, and it was a girl that I worked with. And every day she would come to work and she would have bruises on her. And I mean, she would be bloody. And I would ask her, like, what's wrong? And she would tell me, like, oh, shit, I got into a car accident when I got here, and this, that, and the third. And I would just believe her, like, wow, be careful. Then I thought to myself, like, why would she come to work and she's still bloody? Like, the clothes would be bloody. But then I just didn't think anything of it anymore. But anyway, rumors start going around on the job that she was being abused by her husband. And I used to just look at, and I used to just look at her, because me and her used to work together, and I would pray for her, you know, because I knew she wasn't strong enough or whatever like that. And then, like, when I was in Georgia, like, a lot of stuff was happening where things just started going wrong, where I had quit that job in Georgia, and I had, you know, it was this mad shit going on. Like, I had quit that job, I was homeless and all kind of crazy shit. So I wasn't able to pray for her, because when I was at work, like, I would be praying, like, oh, you know, praying to God, talking to God for her. And after a while, when I was at the job, she was looking better, and then she was saying everything was okay. Then when I was homeless, I left the job because it was like mad shit going on. I'm like, oh my God, I have to try to find another place to stay. Like, I got homeless, shit got bad for me. So one day I called the job. I had spoke to somebody from the job. So I'm like, boom, 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 you know, tell me about what's happening to everybody at work. So you know how you're trying to get the gossip. So you're like, oh, what happened with Jordan? Oh, Jordan there, da-da-da-da. Oh, what happened with Lisa? Oh, Lisa there, whatever. I'm like, oh, what happened with Carol? So they was like, Carol? They was like, oh, you didn't hear? I changed the name. It's not really Carol. It's another name. I was like, what happened with Carol? They was like, you didn't hear? I'm like, didn't hear what? So it was like, oh, Carol, you know, she was murdered. I'm like, wait a minute. Because me and Carol, like, we went to, you know, we went out to eat. You know. She was a cool chick, you know what I'm saying? She was nice, you know, she was a white girl. She was cool. You know, the type of job we had, you know, everybody worked close together. So, you know, she was mad cool. It was like, yeah, Carol, you know, we gonna send you pictures of the funeral. So I was like, pictures. They said, and I have to say this because, like I was saying, I want people to know that if you're in a bad situation, that you have to get out of it. They were saying that, you know, like how a guy beat you or whatever. And so the guy beat her, and then, you know how he, like, closed the door, like, yeah, bitch, lay down there and wait till you, you know what I'm saying? Like, lay down there. So, like, little do he know, she was dying because her liver and stuff had got sliced up. You know, like when he was beating her up, he like killed, she was killed. She had 2 kids in the house, and you know how, like, they closed the door. Like, oh, you know, you beat the mother up and closed the door. Anyway, she died in there. So her daughters don't have their mom. You know what I'm saying? And I was homeless at the time that they told me this. And that shit really just, you know, it's just crazy. Like when you hear sad shit when you already going through sad shit. And, you know, I just felt really bad. And then I started blaming myself like, gosh, I wasn't there to pray for her. Had I been there, like, you know. But I can't put that on myself. You have to, as a woman, you have to be strong, you know, and you have to just know when to get out and to get away, and you have to have a good support team. And if you don't have a good support team, just get away. You know what I mean? Just gotta get away from that situation. And you know, I never really told my story about this, but I hope it helps some people. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have better stories later on with my story times. But this time, as for Women's Month, you know, I wanted to share something that can help somebody. You know what I mean? Something that's, yeah, we all on here to joke around. You know, people are on here to, whatever people are on here for. But I wanted to share something that what happened to me, that with the trying to be strong and get out of it. Because I remember before, I just felt like when that had happened to me at the time, I was thinking to myself like, wow, who am I going to talk to? How am I going to deal with it? And it's so weird because I remember, you know, one day, I remember Nicki Minaj, she said that she was going to do a documentary. And they showed some of the stuff she said. And one day she said something like, when she was growing up in her household, like her mom, I don't know what she said because I don't want to quote the wrong shit. But like what she said was similar to mine, so I'm going to say my shit instead of saying hers because I don't know if it's correct. Because sometimes, you know, you hear things and then you store it in. But now I'm on the record, I don't want her to, you know, or to quote somebody else shit wrong. So I'm going to say this, but it's similar to what she said. Like, growing up in the household, I seen my mother get abused by her boyfriend. And when you are a product of that and you a child that sees that, it always make you into I feel like I'm a stronger person because I'm always defensive now. Because it's like you don't want niggas to like treat you no kind of way. So you always be like, what? You know what? No, fuck out of here. Da da da. And I always, and she said something similar. That's why we are sometimes so defensive. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, well, I can't say for black women, but sometimes they be like, oh my God, you so defensive with shit. You don't trust motherfuckers and you act this way and you gotta control this and you gotta do this. Yeah, because it's what the fuck I've seen. It's what I've been through. You know, we always want to judge people or, oh, she act like this. Oh, she don't trust people. She act this kind of way, or why she gotta be so controlling, or why she gotta be this way. You know, because sometimes you don't know somebody's story, you feel me? You don't know, like, what they've been through. So I just want to say, as far as that situation, I never went back. So I would never date him. I don't care how cute he is. Yeah, we have a kid. I don't even see that person. So just to let y'all know the gist of it, got to order protection, moved out of the state from that person. Never dated that person. I would never date somebody that would just hurt me in that kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And if you are a woman or if you are a man, and as for a man, if your girlfriend is beating you up, or if you are a woman and your boyfriend is beating you up, or any kind of situation, think about your life. Think about the people that's going to miss you. You know what I'm saying? Think about yourself. And, you know, we got to start loving ourselves more and be more stronger. And that's what I want women to realize. And that's what I want every, you know, because even though I'm a mother to my kids, I feel like to any other child, you know, I feel like I'm a mom to you too. So, you know, please don't stop hurting. You know, be strong, stop hurting, take care of yourself and do the right thing and try to keep yourself safe. You know? So that's my message, and I hope this story time, I know I didn't, because normally I like to be funny and I like to, like, you know, tell my stuff, and this was like a little bit emotional for me. And I also have another profile, and I always wanted to upload this type of stuff, but like, if people are seeing my books, I don't want people to like think like, oh, she's scarred, or oh, that happened to her. On this profile, I feel more that I could be more personable and more personable, and could identify with people more than me just using my book platform. You know, I thought about it, but this is good enough for now. So thanks for coming to my channel. Like and subscribe. This is like 36 minutes. I don't even know if this is, I could even upload this. You know, hopefully I can, because I feel like it's going to help somebody, you know. So if you have any stories, comments, or anything like that, you know, feel free to comment. Thank you.